confidence. So the purpose of this lab is to learn the meaning of confidence interval. So here we need to generate 1,000 samples from the uniform distribution, X for the uniform from 0 to 100. So the population mean will be half of this lower limit and upper limit, so equal to 50. So that's the true population mean. So we generate random, this is random number, multiply 100. So you will have the number for the uniform distribution randomly between 0 and 100. So we generate. So this is one sample. Sample size is 35. And then we have X bar average from A2 to A. AI2. You see, this is the average of one sample. So what we need to do, we need to generate 1,000 samples from the same population. Just drag. It should down to 1,000. Oh, 1,019. Okay. So that's total 1,000 samples. And then we need to generate confidence interval based on each X bar. Each sample we know we have one sample, we can estimate the population true mean based on this one sample. So we have X bar, so 95% confidence interval. So we can calculate the lower limit is X bar minus the Z value. The 95% is 1.96, right? The Z value multiply the sample standard deviation divided by square root of sample size. So sample standard deviation, we can use STDE sample. So sample standard deviation from A2 to AI2. Okay. This is sample standard deviation divided by square root of sample size is 35. Okay. So this is the lower limit. The upper limit is X bar plus. Right? So that's AJ2, that's X bar. See, AJ2, this is plus Z value 1.96 multiply standard deviation of this sample divided by square root of sample size. Okay. So this is the upper limit. And then we test, cover the true mean or not. We use the if. If this value, we need both, right? That means if this value is less than 50, right? So lower limit is less than 50. And the upper limit is larger than 50. That means 50 be covered by this interval. If this is true, we say yes, that's 1. Otherwise, it's 0. Okay? So this is true. 50 is inside of this one. So next, we can do the same thing for all these 1,000 samples. See, it's covered 1,000. And then we find out what's the proportion out of these 1,000 samples. We generate 1,000 confidence intervals. What's the proportion it covers the true mean? That's equal to, we just sum all these ones, right? From AN to AN 1,001. And divided by total, we have 1,000. So see, the proportion is 94%. Okay, and then you will do the same thing for the 85% confidence interval to see how many proportion of these 1,000 samples generated the confidence intervals, which covers the true mean. Okay? And then you put the number here. So the meaning, we're sometimes curious, what's the meaning of 95%? The meaning is if you try select the sample, same sample size, and again and again, like 1,000 or more times, out of this number of confidence intervals you generated from each sample, 95% will cover the true mean. So that's the meaning of 95% confidence interval. Okay, so you can finish the rest of them. So that's the lab.